Howdy, y'all. Welcome to our advertising assignment. My name's John Payne,
Abby Santoro.
And Mary Williams.
and hopefully you like our presentation. So let's go. So, our introduction, our general topic is going to be motivation. That's one we chose for our psychology. And our article title is Interactions Between Forms of Fat Consumption and Restaurant Bread Consumption. And the authors of this study was Brian Wansink and Lawrence Linder. And that's the reference you can use in order to look up the study that they did. And then going with the background information, so it deals with if people are more conscious of how much they are eating, if they have olive oil or stick of butter on the table with the bread that they provide. And the hypothesis of Wandersick and Linder was people eating habits will vary depending on the sources of fat present with the companion foods. And then now we're going to have Mary talk about the methods.
Okay, so for the methods, the study was conducted at 2 different restaurants in the United States for a total of 5 nights. Restaurant goers were randomly provided either 66 grams of olive oil or 66 grams of butter, along with 6 slices of bread. The average amount of butter or oil consumed was calculated by subtracting what was unused by each individual. The ages of patrons ranged from 20 to 55 years old, and there was a mix of males and females.
This is the results from the study by Wansink and Linder about the olive oil and the butter on the table, which will be discussed in the next slide. The results of the study indicate that diners who were given olive oil for their bread ate more calories on each slice of bread than those given butter. For each piece of Italian bread they ate, the average diner ate 4.4 grams of oil, which was less than a teaspoon. For those who were served butter, the amount of butter eaten per piece of bread was 3.7 grams. Even though more olive oil is used on each piece of bread than butter, people eating olive oil ate fewer pieces of bread. And while people given butter consumed less fat per slice of bread, they consumed more bread and more total energy.
So in conclusion, one of the main subjects of this experiment was motivation, particularly the motivation for food. By using 2 different sources of fat, the experiment demonstrated that it is easier for people to keep track of what they are eating rather than how much. While people who were given butter with their bread ate less butter on each slice of bread when compared to olive oil, they tended to eat more bread to compensate for this. From this experiment, it can be concluded that often the motivation for eating is influenced by what food is present at the time.
And now we will go into our own advertisements, and the first one will be Mary's.
So this is an advertisement for Olive Garden, and this is a screenshot from an advertisement for Olive Garden. In the video itself, a woman narrates while soups, salads, and breadsticks are shown. The woman states that you can never have too much of a good thing, while referencing the different options available for lunch. Finally, a text shows that Olive Garden offers unlimited soups, salads, and breadsticks for $6.99. And so, motivation for food is commonly found throughout all humans, and this advertisement appeals to that. As seen by the experiment, people's eating habits are influenced by the food present at a given time. In this case, the quality change about the food is that it is unlimited. This may affect how much people eat. Normally, foods such as soups or salad are recognized as healthy foods, but the unlimited nature of this offer may cause customers to overeat to compensate for this. Olive Garden takes advantage of this as people may be motivated to eat more because there is simply more available, and because it is easier to track what you're eating rather than how much. They might not realize the great quantity that they might eat. And so here there are 2 different versions of the ad. One which is edited, and the main component changed in the modified advertisement is the absence of the word unlimited. As a result of the soups and salad not being unlimited in the second advertisement, the eating habits of customers and the effectiveness of the advertisement would most likely be affected. This change would directly affect the motivation for food. As learned from the experiment, this motivation is largely influenced by what food is present. Since the food is not unlimited, in the second ad, the customer would likely eat less.
All right, then our second advertisement is from Lean Cuisine. It talks about promoting healthy food by making it less than 300 calories. You don't have to break your New Year's resolutions by just eating the same food with Lean Cuisine. And because even though it is less than 300 calories, it tastes like a million. And then you'll love the taste and you'll love the way it looks on you. And it has a young lady with a smile holding a meal over her head. And the analyst of this is in this ad. Lean Cuisine is using the motivation to not break your New Year's resolution. It will taste like a million calories. But in reality, 80% of people break their New Year's resolutions of trying to eat healthier, according to Mary Tabak Incorporated. They say it will taste like a million calories, but in reality, it will taste very bland with no flavor because it is dry and doesn't have extra calories to suffice it. People will eat multiple of these at a time because it doesn't suffice their full meal for the calories. And how it can be changed. So the one way that it can be changed is you can remove it tastes like a million because it's not going to taste like a million. So it's false advertisement, but it'll allow for a more genuine motivation for others.
Our third ad is an ad for Hooters for National Chicken Wing Day, and they're offering a special for all-you-can-eat wings for $12.99. They encourage diners to come out and prove whether they are a chicken or a champ, as it says in the ad. And it's appealing to diners because the chance to eat as many wings as you can for a set price is motivating because they're trying to get the most money out of their meal. The analysis for this ad is that the Hooters ad for all-you-can-eat chicken wings for $12.99 encourages diners to consume as many chicken wings as possible for the set price. The price of $12.99 is paired with all-you-can-eat, which seems like a good deal at first glance, but they're actually paying to overeat. It's easier for diners in this situation to consume more than necessary because they're paying for the experience and want to get the most out of their money, causing them to consume more than they usually would. How this ad could be changed was removing the all-you-can-eat aspect, which would decrease the likelihood of overeating in a regular situation because you're no longer trying to eat your way to a good deal. And that is the end of our project.